There's Josh Owens.
Oh, there you go. Are you connected with him?
I haven't not connected with him yet, but we can. Yes.
Okay.
We can get ready to do that. What time do they want to go?
Connected with him now just to check connection.
Okay. So anyway, we're gonna walk around, see what's. A lot of German flags. There's an anti-Nazi flag right there. Can't even see where the speaker's at.
Die momentan an der Macht sind, so weitermachen, wird ihnen das auch gelingen. Und das müssen wir gemeinsam verhindern, Freunde.
So they have people dressed up as Muslims.
Widerstand! 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 Freunde, holt euch.
Hey, what is everybody chanting? Do you know? You don't speak English? All right. Anyway, there's a good number of people here in this square. This is, we were in Nuremberg this morning. Went by another area. You can probably hear what they're saying. There they are back in the, that might even be Michael Stutzenberger right there in the back.
Und ein herzliches Dankeschön an die Vertreter der Bürgerwehr.
Yeah, that's him. That's who we interviewed yesterday.
Gestern schon hergekommen sind. Heute Abend werden sie im Rathaus Briefe an den Oberbürgermeister Hilbert und an die Stadträte, an alle Stadträte verteilen, damit diese Brüder aufgeklärt werden über die Ahmadiyya, was das für eine Bande ist. Ja? Und in diesem Brief, da steht Folgendes.
Okay, Rob with INFOWARS.com. The demonstration that was being held in the square, people are now marching. They were chanting Nazis out a second ago. You can see they're marching through the city of Dresden. This is Rob with INFOWARS.com. And seems to be a very respectable group. They're being very polite, but they are pissed off. They're pissed off that their country is being taken over by migrants, and the resources that are being used to house and feed and protect these migrants, they're treated almost better than the citizens here. So it's pretty crazy. This is a pretty long march though. This has got to be at least 2,000 people, maybe more. And we saw some Bilderberg signs. There's a sign right there. So this might be, what do you think these guys, oh look, they're flipping them off. Okay. You think we should go over there? Stay with me. I'll come right through here. Excuse me? Now the people are chanting. Excuse me, 1 second. See, there's some people over here that are pro-immigration. They're pro-immigration. So it looks like your typical leftist group. The refugees welcome.
And the right friends are between the Bilderbergers, and this is just a small piece, a small story how this works. When I can tell you something about the Rockefeller. I can't tell you something about Goldman Sachs. I can't tell you something about, well, Kissinger is well known. but this is how they make their politics. It's between secret closed doors. They give the views, they have the visions, the so-called visions, what they think is best, not for the world, but for themselves.
Right, they set the stage and create the gentlemen's agreements that are then become policy around the world, either in trade agreements or with laws in different countries. And yeah, that's why we're here to cover it. Why is it important that people know? This is my final question for you. Why is it important that people know about the Bilderberg Group and what goes on, and that media should be out covering it? Why is that so important?
The only thing why it's so much important is nothing is going on in the world just by accident. Nothing. It's only a question from people, a few people in the world. The meetings of Bilderbergers are about 100 to 150 people. You know, everybody is so happy to be at Bilderbergers.
As INFOWARS reporters are in Germany covering Bilderberg, we need to remember that Bilderberg, the very first meeting, they proposed not only a United States of Europe that had been proposed elsewhere, but it was at the very first Bilderberg meeting that they talked about having a common currency, the euro. And the euro was what really began the dissatisfaction with the European Union. And of course, that increased as they saw the open border situation that is being foisted upon them by Brussels. Now, this last week, we've had a historic turn. We've seen a gradual increase. And of course, as Lord Monckton was interviewed by Alex Jones, he was talking about how popular opinion was turning towards leaving the European Union in Britain with the Brexit vote coming up at the end of this month. And he says it's a steady incline, and he says we expect it to take over from losing out to the Remain campaign. He says we think that Leave is going to soon turn positive. Well, that happened this last weekend. Historic turning point. Brexit took a 3% lead after a huge week for the Leave campaign. And of course, that's in two different polls. They've seen a 2 and a 3% increase. Now, what happened to turn this around? Well, it was the desperate claims of Prime Minister David Cameron, as well as a live television question and answer period. He's making claims like this. Of course, he also came out and said that there would be war if Britain got out of the European Union. Now he's saying that a Brexit would cause a mortgage increase. He said that yesterday. Today, he underscored that even more. He said it will be like a bomb put under the economy. Oh, you mean these bankers who created this centralized economy, they're going to pull the rug out from under people, just as they did with the LIBOR exchange, the London Interbank Rate that they rigged? And of course, that is the basis, the metric on which adjustable rate mortgages are based. Then you have Gordon Brown, who is the other party, the Labour Party, previous Prime Minister, saying that UK can only control immigration by staying within the EU. Now, everybody knows that that is not true. And of course, Boris Johnson, the former mayor of London, has been pointing out that the only way that you're going to be able to control EU immigration, especially the Muslim immigration, if they bring Turkey into the European Union, is to leave. But it's about self-governance. That's essentially what it is. So it's a self-governance versus a global governance. That's the question before the people in Europe now. Now, of course, today is 6/6/16. And as we pointed out a week ago, we have Satanists in Los Angeles saying that they're going to use GPS to set up 5 points of a pentagram around LA, essentially sanctifying it or claiming it for Satan. Who knows? Okay, this is a pentagram, of course, is a star with 5 points. And they say, we are going to encompass your entire city. Now, in the article that we had a week ago on INFOWARS.com from Michael Snyder, he pointed out, he said, currently in America, there's an intense competition among various belief systems, religions, philosophies, and ideologies. And so the question is, certainly the Satanists believe that they're doing something significant, whatever it is that they think that they're doing. But what's even more troubling is that we see the elites, the people who are running our government, participating in this kind of process as well. We had an amazing ceremony that happened this last midweek. It was on June the 1st. It was in Switzerland. They opened up a new railroad tunnel. It's the Goddard Base Tunnel. This is the world's longest, deepest traffic tunnel. It is the first flat, low-level route through the Alps. They dug a tunnel, a couple of tunnels, straight through the mountains there. But that's an amazing engineering achievement. But look at what they did to celebrate this. Look at this footage that we've got here. You've got 600 actors on the 6th month of the 16th year of the century. There's your 666 again. But look at the satanic imagery. You've got goats, you've got topless angels, you've got people tap dancing in overalls, marching like they're in a trance, these workers here. You've also got lesbian sex being performed. You've got a Baphomet character that's prancing around, simulated bestial sex. One of the most bizarre images is this topless woman with feathered wings and a giant baby head floating in midair as you've got workers groveling below her. And as I pointed out, people who were in attendance, and of course there was two different groups. There were the elites who were down inside this tunnel where most of this video footage is taking place. And then there were people who were on the surface, and you can see that large projection screen with the strange images of the tunnel. Looks like it's being constructed. You got workers there that are dangling, and you got arms and legs twisting in a circle there. They said everybody was left open-mouthed. And you had this one person saying, I'm watching the Swiss tunnel and this is happening. Another person says, as a Swiss citizen, I apologize. Yeah, it is very disturbing to see these kinds of images. And of course, we could spend an entire program, many people have done that, unpacking all the various images that are being presented to you here in this and what is really being foisted upon people, whether you realize this or not. You know, we have the overt symbolism of the Satanist in LA. But then we have the governments who are spending massive amounts of money to show us these disgusting occultic images and just leaving it out there for you to either connect the dots or not connect the dots. You know, they do it for you in LA, but the governments don't connect the dots. That's what you'll have to do for yourself. Here's John Bound unpacking that symbology for you.
The enemy, the devil, the deceiver, the accuser. Get behind me, Satan. What does Satan do? Gets in front of you on our road to the stars. Satan gets in front of human development. Satan only gives us mutated technologies and mutated systems that control us and dumb us down in an attempt to play God and build an artificial system to predict the future. The devil doesn't have omnipresence. The devil is trying to use humans made in the image of God to build a God machine to be able to understand the future and decipher everything. The devil only knows how to con people and manipulate people because he is a magician. He is a deceiver. He is a fraud. He is a lie. He is not 1/1 what the Creator is. To hell with the devil!
From their ivory towers, their satanic majesties are gradually ramping up the intermittent displays of their Luciferian intentions, setting the table for the coming of their paradoxical savior, the Antichrist. The Swiss elite, with their guarded secrets, unveiled a new railway tunnel that will race through the Swiss Alps at 155 miles per hour. What appears to be normal theatrics begins as construction workers marching into the tunnel quickly morph into Luciferian symbolism. World leaders including Chancellor Angela Merkel of Germany, President François Hollande of France, and Italian Prime Minister Matteo Renzi were in attendance of the bizarre production to launch what equates to the £8.5 billion Gotthard base tunnel. The Luciferian elite were there to witness the public mind control proceedings in plain sight, as usual. The Daily Mail writes, the Swiss have put on one of the most bizarre opening ceremonies in history to mark the completion of the world's longest tunnel. Famed for their trains, organizers roped in more than 600 dancers, acrobats, and dramatic actors, and even composed the new route's very own theme tune as they pulled out all the stops for Wednesday's inauguration at the tunnel's northern portal in Erzfeld. Back in the United States, on the unholy day of 6/6/2016, the Los Angeles Satanic Temple publicized their demonic intentions. The LA Weekly writes, the group, which has 12 members, says it's heading to Lancaster on June 6th to take part in a satanic ritual, according to the statement. Members of the sect also will be in Lancaster to support local Steve Hill, billed as the first Satanic Temple member to run for public office. He's vying for a state Senate seat. The Satanic Temple explained the meaning of their ritual. The pentagram is